Yo, it's Ramz TV. I'm back again. This time I'm going to do something completely different. I'm going to be talking about Africa's greatest 11, in my opinion. So I'm going to go through a couple of players, but I'm going to give you a couple of mentions that players I've not mentioned as of yet. So my first player to mention is a former Nigerian international football player called Taribo West. He was a defender. He did win the Olympics in 1996. What an incredible player. Won 42 caps for Nigeria. He played for the likes of Milan and Inter Milan. So he was a good player, but unfortunately, he just doesn't make my list. Now we got Sali Ali Montari. What a player. He was part of the Ghana squad that got to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. I'll talk a lot more about that when I get further along. However, what a tremendous play was, he won FA Cup with Portsmouth. He represented Ghana at the African Nations and at the World Cup. He played for Milan and he played for Sunderland. He played for Portsmouth, as I mentioned before. At the moment, I think he's playing for a club in Spain at the minute, so I'll just give a mention on this list as well. Kanu! You know, every Arsenal fan was shouting that name. This guy was a great player. Boom! Hit that like button, subscribe, and I need 30 likes on this. So, my first player in Africa's all-time greatest players is Vincent Enyema. What a guy, a legend, tremendous goalkeeper. He was renowned for some of his best performances against Lionel Messi in that World Cup in 2010. Samuel Kofor, what a player. A great defender. He was best times I remember him was playing for Bayern Munich, and it was against Man United. 99 Champions League, man. Don't know we won that. Great achievement. But he was a big player back then. He will go down as one of the greatest African defenders of all time. I did see him playing the Legends game one time, and he did look a bit overweight, but my man looked wamped at the same time. And now we go on to our next defender, Kolo Toure. Brilliant defender. Played for Arsenal, Man City, even played for Liverpool. And he had a couple of games for Celtic, represent Ivory Coast at the highest level. Tremendous defender. You couldn't take anything for granted with him. Fabulous defender. End of the day, he's 39 years old now, He will go down as a legend, another player to feature in this all-star African squad. This man is an idol. He's played in 4 World Cups since 1998. I can remember that because Jamaica in that World Cup, the only World Cup they ever made. But fabulous defender. He makes the list again. No one could argue with that defence I've just showed you. This defence is the best African defence of all time. Now we're going to the midfield. JJ Okocha, the best Nigerian midfielder ever to exist. Probably one of the best players to play in the Premier League. He played for Bolton, PSG. I remember his days at PSG. He was the magician of tricks. But next on my list is Yaya Toure. Yaya. We all remember those days singing them songs. What a play it was. Barcelona, he was incredible. Man City, he was incredible. Monaco, he was incredible. His later careers, he faded a bit, but this guy was a great attacking midfielder, and he was a great defence midfielder. What he's done for Ivory Coast has been good. So he makes the list in my midfield. Him, JJ Okocha, formidable. Essien in that midfield, fabulous. You got Yaya Toure, Okocha, Essien. Do you know what? What a midfield that is. He achieved so much with Chelsea, man. Him in the Mourinho days were incredible. Chelsea were untouchable. Chelsea were probably by far the best team back then. A solid midfield. You couldn't play with this midfield. On its day, probably a World 11 midfield. Uncle Roger Miller, man. What a guy, a legend. He came out of retirement at 38 years old to play in the World Cup in 1990 and scoring 4 goals. What a legend. George Weah. What a guy. He's the reason why I started supporting AC Milan. It was that magical goal he scored. I remember watching it on Channel 4 with my dad. We were both sitting down watching it. He was my guy I looked up to. He's the guy what most people, or I say if you're from Africa, you look up to him. He is a legend himself. Didier used to love scoring against Arsenal. That was his number one thing. If you knew Didier was playing against Arsenal, you knew he was scoring. Man, I don't know how this guy don't get more ratings. What he done to Stephen Taylor when he used to play for Marseille. This guy couldn't even get trials with Paris Saint-Germain. That's crazy. He's a legend. A legend. Man, do you know what I like to say? I wish he was at like Milan or Man United. Asamoah Gyan. He makes it on my list of the Samuel Eto'o. If people argue that, argue with me. I do not care because what Ghana done was amazing. That was by far the best Ghana squad ever. They got cheated out of history because of one man, Suarez. Disown Suarez for the rest of my life. I do not like him. Oh, God. Look at this. As we see, this was history making. The first African team to make it semi-final of a World Cup. And there goes Suarez. Typical cheating Suarez. Make sure you do like and subscribe to the channel. And let me know what you think about Samuel Eto'o being left out for Asamoah Gyan. Thank you.